Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Unmute Your Mind podcast. Today, I have Brittany Jordan Collins, who's all the way in Mississippi, but wanted to come on here and unmute her mind. Hey, Brittany, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I was waiting on this episode. I ain't even gonna lie.
I think the world waiting on this episode.
They are. And I'm so ready. So
Look, before you start, I
uh-huh.
swear to tell. Hold on, let me hold my right hand up. I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me unmute.
Amen. Yes. So some wounds don't come from strangers. Sometimes they come from the people who were supposed to love and protect us first. So tonight we're unmuting what it means to grow up with narcissistic parents, what silence does to a child, and what healing looks like when your voice was never safe at home. So this conversation is about truth, healing, and breaking cycles. All righty. So we're going to jump right in. So my first question.
Oh Lord,
I
y'all.
know,
And let
right?
me tell y'all, she ain't prepped me, ain't told me
Nope.
nothing. So I don't know what these questions finna be like.
Okay, because I'm ready for this. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so first question. What was it like growing up in an environment where you felt like you had to stay quiet?
So a lot of people don't know that I moved to Beloit when I was, I think, 11 or 12 years old. So my trauma didn't start when I moved to Beloit. It was growing up as a little kid, hearing my mom and dad. It was terrible, y'all. It was terrible. It was different. I swear I felt like I was Cinderella. um a lot of people like look at me and see this happy person, but they don't know it was a lot of hurt and pain behind these laughs and giggles. And a lot of people know that I'm goofy, so like it was different. Like it was different.
It was
So I know
different.
you're gonna ask me some questions. Just gonna really
I was
bring
going to
it.
say made it different.
Being around different fam, like my mom, she was more reserved. She don't like telling her business. She don't like putting people in her business. She don't like nobody knowing what's going on. Um, she was dealing with trauma that I didn't learn about until I was grown. My dad also, like both of them had they. I say this. I felt like two people came in contact. No one was healed. They had kids. Boom, here we are. Now we growing up in a situation that we didn't ask to be in, but we ended up here.
So what was it like? What was a day in the life of Brittany at that time?
Where you want me to start?
Girl, wherever you want to start. You're unmuting. It's your story.
Let me say this. Baby Brittany, spoiled riding, had mom and daddy, had the world. Couldn't tell nobody, you couldn't tell my dad nothing about his little girl. But as I aged, my mom and dad separated. I was in Milwaukee with my mom. My dad would try to come get me. My mom didn't want my dad having us. So we had to listen to that argument. He'd drive way to Milwaukee to come get us. She wouldn't let us go. So we stuck in the middle of some drama that we kids. We don't understand, but we here. Nobody knew that I was abused as a child. So that's how I ended up in Beloit. My mom beat me. I don't want to just get deep into that because we could say that for another amused story. But I was a child that went through a lot. Like I feel like my mom had a lot of resentment and anger towards my dad, and she took that out on me because everybody know I look just like my dad. I'm my dad's twin.
That you are.
So I feel like she resented me as a child due to her not, liking him.
Mm-hmm.
And that rolled into what happened with me going through the child abuse experience in the 5th grade. That's how I ended up with my dad. So boom, I ended up with my dad, and now I'm in a whole nother traumatic situation because now I'm with my dad and a stepmom. So I guess like me understanding as I got older, that's when the journey really just it took a whole nother turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when did you first realize that what you were experiencing wasn't normal?
Um, Moving in with my dad and my stepmom. I'm not gonna say I was a perfect child, but at the same time, kids don't understand certain situations. Like, I'm moving out of a household with a mother who, like, I never really just had a childhood. We couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't go outside and play like regular kids. Our childhood was messed up. It was messed up.
Now
Like,
that you think
we
about it.
literally couldn't do anything. Like,
Mhm.
I don't think I started experiencing what friends were until I moved to Beloit, because my mom did not play that. We grew up rough,
Mm.
rough. I ain't gonna just spill out it, but yeah, we grew up rough. I knew it was kind of transforming when I moved with my dad and I started seeing differences between me and my sibling, because
Mhm.
I was the only one that had moved at first. Like, Jeremy wasn't there, so Jeremy is my whole brother. We got
Mhm.
same mom and dad, but my all of my other siblings that I have, we either have the same mom or same dad. I think
Okay.
two of my brothers had same three. Jeremy, Keenan, and Mike had the same dad, and then we got another brother named Mike that got the same mom as me and
Okay.
Jeremy.
So you're the only girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Spoiled.
Look, we family. You didn't even know that.
I didn't. I didn't. That's why you
So
okay,
look,
yep.
like, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of people don't know Brittany. They know of me through stuff they heard from people, or like stuff that my parents may have told. And I'm not even gonna say my parents, because my mom is a closed book, so she don't really just put her business out there.
So what did silence look like in your home? Was it fear, people pleasing, walking on eggshells? What was it?
All the above.
Mm.
All the above. And the reason why I say all the above, like, my dad was real forceful. He didn't like nobody over talking him. He wanted to have less say. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. It was like, it wasn't gentle. It
Mhm.
wasn't caring. Like, the world think, oh, Gary love his kid. I ain't gonna say he don't love us, but he don't know how to really show it. Like,
Mm.
he don't feel, I can't explain it. It's not like, what you finna say?
Do you think that stems from how he was raised though?
I do. And the reason why I say that, like I said, like, this is what people don't know about me. They think I'm walking around and I'm angry and I just hate my dad because of situations that went on. Oh, she's a disrespectful person. How can y'all call me disrespectful? Y'all don't even know me. You
Mm.
know what he told you.
Mhm.
You know what you heard from somebody else? Did y'all actually come and sit down and have a conversation with me to know where my mind is, to understand what's really going on? Nobody never did that. It's
Mm.
always, she disrespectful. She don't listen. Here they favorite one. She disobedient. How? You talk about a child who comes from a situation where they really didn't have a childhood, and then you place them in a home where you think they're getting the care. And I feel like this: if you knew I was in a traumatic situation, why would you put me in another one? And the
Mm.
reason why I say that, because you could tell the difference between my brothers that don't have a mom in the household versus a brother that did have a mom in the household. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my dad would be gone sometimes. I would hear conversations about me on the phone, and I'm just supposed to sit back and stay silent. You know me. I ain't biting my tongue for nobody.
Mhm.
I'm going, as soon as I hear the wrong thing, I'm popping off, because I didn't get to have that type of scenario in my mom's house. I really didn't have to deal with that because my mom was closed off. She didn't talk to
Right.
people. She really didn't have friends. So now I'm moving in a household where this lady got friends. She got people that she talked to. My dad at work. I'm hearing like conversations about me. Some of them might be true. Some of them might not be true.
Mhm.
But in this ordeal, you turning me into a monster, and then when I say something, I'm in trouble. Then when my dad come home, I'm in trouble by him. So now it's like, whatever happened in this household better stay in this household. Like, no, we're not doing it.
Right.
Cause y'all know
Right.
I used to come to school and tell my friends.
You did. You definitely did. But it's crazy because, like you said, back then you used to go to school and tell your story. And then you have these lives now when stuff is happening and you jump on live and you just letting it all out from beginning to end. Like, why do you think you do that? Is
Why
it
did I go live?
no, just why do you think you do that because they're not listening to you at home, so you know you have somebody
Yeah,
outside
they
of that
never
who will
did
listen?
listen to me. I feel like I do that because I was never listened to in the household. And the crazy part is,
Mhm.
I'm grown now, and the only thing people can tell me is we knew what was going on. It just wasn't nothing we could do.
Yeah.
Like, how do that sound? Like, what? So
Yep.
we know you getting abused. We know you not getting done right, but we just gonna leave you in this situation. But nowadays, what they do? Oh, we call it DHS, we call it CPS, we call it
Exactly.
everybody under the sun to go save a child.
Mhm.
But when we was going through it, where was our safe space?
Girl, we had to take it.
I'm talking about beat with brooms, bats, stitcher cords, whatever. It's not funny because that's what they do in the Black community. But at the same time, it's like, really? But
No, for
then, now look at it. You have parents who used to do that. Now they want to be the best grandparents.
say that again.
But my kids don't even got that.
Oh,
So it's just like, it's a lose-lose around here. I ain't even gonna say a lose-lose because my kids got me and I do what I'm supposed to do. But we're gonna get that further on down in the
yeah, we are.
in the
We are.
conversation.
We are. We definitely are. So this is a good question. How was growing up with narcissistic parents affected your adult relationships?
Y'all know it's crazy. I just learned what a narcissistic. That's crazy. I've
Mhm.
always heard the word, but I never knew what it meant. Cause I didn't feel like it applied to me, so I didn't go looking for what the
Mhm.
meaning was. I didn't find out what it was until the situation happened with my son. You know, when the granddaddy called me talking about toothpaste and water. Yeah.
Girl, that was in November. I remember that because I was at a work conference.
Yeah.
And you went live.
I think it kind of happened before then, but the reason why I went live on that because the crazy part is I literally just came from outside with my son right before I got on here, and I'm explaining to him like, you don't have to live with people. Like, I don't expect for him to. He want to stay in Beloit and go to school. Cool with me. But like I told him, I would be less of a parent living, breathing, still here on earth and leave you with a family that you really didn't know nothing about. I'm grateful for the people that he's with because they didn't have to open the door for him. But just look at how much family I got up there and nobody opened the door for him. That right there did something to me because it's like you want the world to think that you're a great parent, a great grandparent, but behind closed doors, you throwing rocks. And when I react, now it's like, oh, she's doing this. Oh, what I heard, Brittany's just being Brittany. What does it mean?
Right.
So in my mind, Brittany's just being Brittany. Brittany has boundaries. Brittany's going to hold you accountable. Brittany doesn't have time for foolery. Because Brittany will cut you off when you rub Brittany wrong. This is the truth that people don't know. They just see oh, she going at it again. Why am I going at it? Because everybody who really know me know I'm not going to react unless something bad happens. Other than that, I don't care what people got going on, because guess what I'm doing? Making some money.
Hustling, that's what you do, because you be on it.
It's to be like that because this narcissistic stuff. I grew up, I really didn't have to, I didn't have too much in my mom's household. I had stuff in my dad's household, but it was only my necessities. It wasn't stuff that I wanted. It wasn't like, oh, we go to the store, I like this, can I get this? Because it wasn't like that. And people need to stop going with this facade. Like, Gary did everything for that girl and she just ungrateful. No. How do y'all know this? Y'all was in the house with us? Y'all was at the store with us? I remember a whole conversation where I was told, I'm not your mama. If you want something, you better call your mama and have her get it for you. But you knew my mom wasn't there to do the stuff that mothers do. So I feel like me learning and growing as I got older, I thank God that God didn't put me in a position to have stepkids, but I wouldn't dare treat my stepkids how we got treated, like, at all. At all.
Because I got a lot. That's a whole nother episode. Because I'm a living testimony of how somebody can come into your life and not even have a relationship with your child that you have, but then now I'm living to where the person I'm with loves all my kids wholeheartedly. So it's different. So I get it.
Yes, it's
I
a different
get
type
it.
of feeling, a different type of feeling.
It's totally different. Yeah, because my oldest, the two men that I were with did not accept him for who he was, but the one I'm with now accepts all three of my kids like they're his. So it's totally different. I guess it's just who you're with in that time. Yeah, because my stepdad, even though he has his faults, he was a great stepdad. Like, he's coming to do my yard tomorrow.
I'm not gonna lie, like I ain't never had I did have a stand-up dude in my mom life who was like a stepdad, and he did whatever for us, but he ended up passing away. So
Right. Yeah.
there was a whole nother story. But in this sense, like the crazy part is, like I said, everybody knew what was going on and nobody was saying nothing. I don't get it. I guess it's a belief thing.
You know, I don't know what they always say you have a village. A village helps raise the kids, but where was the village when we needed the village?
Because the village definitely wasn't around. It wasn't around. It was around when it looked good in front of cameras, in
Yep.
front of the church people, in front of the this and that. But no.
So what do you feel made your father and your stepmother narcissistic? Like, do you have some examples?
Talking about me to people, making me out to be this disobedient, evil child who don't listen. And the whole time, like, where was the love? Where was the compassion? Where was the grace that y'all talk about? Like, instead of sitting down wanting to beat me all the time, why not? I mean, instead of just why beat me instead of sitting down like now I talk to my kids. My kids, I ain't gonna lie, my kids really don't get whoopings. They really have to push my button for me to even put my hands on them. But you gotta really be like doing something. It's crazy because my oldest son over here now, and everybody know, like, me and him wasn't talking.
Nope.
But one thing about me, I believe in cutting people off. Like,
sure do, because I remember we fell out. Cut me off. Wasn't even my fault, but I got cut off.
Not the cousins that fell out.
Went to that class reunion and we was back cool, but
but you know what? That was because it's like, I'm telling you the truth. You my cousin. I'm telling you the truth. And the whole time it's like, you ain't listening to me, you listen to all the other folks. And they getting a kick out of this, because if you weren't getting a kick out of it, you would have made sure family stuck together. Which the crazy part of that look, we getting off topic, but the crazy part of that whole situation, I was the one that kicked it off. We was sitting here doing a good deed for somebody else, which was my idea. For everybody to turn on me, like, what? This how the devil worked, though.
Girl, that part. Okay, so
back
to the examples.
We back. They narcissistic qualities. Like I said, talking about me behind, well, I ain't even gonna say behind my back. Talking about me. I'm sitting here trying to speak my piece. Treating us different from the child that was by both parents, and it still goes on. My kids don't even know my parents. Being for real, and you don't even hear it. Like, most people go through what they go through with their kids, and the thing is, they say them, she didn't let them no. Like, I could literally bring all of my kids on camera, and they'd be like, we always hear stuff that we supposed to get and we don't get it. So it's like, I normally break the ice and I come back around. I give grace. I come back around. I talk. I brush stuff up under the rug. And it got to the point where it was like, why do I got to keep on being the bigger person?
Girl.
Why I got to be the one to keep showing up? Folks really just can't, honestly, people, you may have came and seen me 2 times since I've been in Mississippi. It was once I was out the picture. What's the saying? When they say, you know what I'm trying to say. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes, there you go.
It was out of sight, out of
It was
mind.
that.
Like, they're not in the household no more, so kick them to the curb. That's
Mm,
crazy.
that
I
is,
was a
you're
girl.
still their child.
I was the only girl,
Mm-hmm.
17, and it was just you wanted me there so you could be controlling. But what were you really teaching me? And truth is, a lot of people don't know. I feel like you only wanted us there because you didn't feel like paying child support no more.
Mm,
But people don't talk about stuff like that. They don't want to talk about that.
they don't.
You are.
They don't want to talk about that at all.
You want to keep the money in the house. So it was like just the whole toxic relationship between both of my parents.
Uh-huh.
I'm going, like I said, we got took from my mom, but my mom could have still got custody of us. My mom didn't have the money to go get a lawyer. She didn't have the funds that my dad had. So it was just
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I got it. I'm going to use my force instead of being like, okay, cool. They went through what they went through. Let me help rebuild this relationship so my child could still have her mother. It was, you over here now, you ain't going back there. A lot
So
of
you
people
didn't
don't
even get to
know.
visit, Mom?
Girl, no. I mean, I'm going to say this. Nah,
No.
because, at one point, I don't know if you remember, I got kidnapped from Beloit. I mean, I
No.
didn't get kidnapped from Beloit, but he let us go visit my mom, and my mom kept us
Oh.
because my stepmom had beat me. My stepmom had beat me. So I forgot about that. My stepmom beat me real bad. She beat me with a stick. And my mom found out about it. And she like, she beat you and didn't nobody call the police. I'm like, when I did call, they tried to say I was lying. That's when all that stuff got started. So yeah, they made it seem like I was lying about my stepmom putting her hands on me. My next door neighbor, I ran to her house, matter of fact. I ran to my next door neighbor house. She called the police. The police came. They was like, Brittany just acting out. She lying. And this was when we was on McKinley. So when we was headed to move to the other side, to the east side, to Craig, I ended up finding the stick I got beat with behind a pile of beds. So that's when my mom was like, y'all not going back down there because ain't nobody finna put their hands on y'all. I put my hands on y'all and I went to jail.
Right.
So why would you let somebody else do it? But it was whatever happened in this house, stay in this house. So I remember, it's funny, like, I remember we end up being back in Beloit because my dad had tried to come up there and get us, brought the police to my auntie house. We was hiding under the bed, girl. I can laugh about it now because it's crazy, but we was literally hiding under the bed and the police was in the room looking for us. I seen the police feet. I'm just hiding like, I don't want to go back to Beloit.
I don't want to go there.
They didn't find us that time. But my mom enrolled us in school, and that's how we ended up coming back to Beloit because my dad come through the door like, I'm like, back to the trifling stuff.
Right. He was like, back
and like
to
I
this.
said, I'm not sitting here acting like I'm no saint at all because I did stuff, but I did stuff because I didn't understand life.
Right.
I was seeing me getting mistreated. I mean, not me getting mistreated. I was seeing me getting treated differently from my brother. A lot of people don't know when I moved to Beloit, I was in a cold basement that wasn't finished with a bunk bed and a dresser with one blanket. Like, nobody know none of this.
Not at all.
The basement was mildew. Like, nobody noticed. Yeah.
No wonder you said you felt like Cinderella.
Yes, girl, yes. When I moved to Beloit, my dad was in a 2-bedroom. Keenan had his own room. They had their room, the living room, and I was in the basement that was never finished. Wow. So I didn't actually get my own room until we moved to Chris by Audrey.
Okay.
That was actually my first room by myself.
Wow. So that was what, sixth grade?
That was 8th grade for me.
8th grade. Okay.
In 7th at McNeil.
Okay. So that was 8th grade. Okay. Oh wow.
So
and that's crazy.
The whole situation with me transitioning from my mom to my dad was my 5th grade year.
Okay.
So we was like in the middle of 5th grade because I left my 5th grade in Milwaukee and came to Converse in Beloit.
Okay.
So y'all didn't know
none of this.
A lot of people don't know. Like, y'all didn't meet me until McNeil. Like,
I met you
a
at
lot
Aldridge.
of people know me at Converse. So you met me at Aldridge.
I met you at Aldridge.
And see, a lot of us family didn't know, like,
Didn't know nothing.
yeah. So that's how I ended up in Beloit, because I was in a child abuse situation, which I never talked about, which, look, we can come back and talk about that on another. But
Yeah, you ended up
then
in
I
that, but
moved
then
into the
ended up in
household.
another child abuse situation.
Yeah, and I feel like it was more so, I don't know. I've always felt like my stepmom just wanted my brother to be the only child, because I remember conversations where they would sit up and just argue about my brother Jeremy. A lot of
Mhm.
people, like I tell people, a lot of people know Jeremy, but they don't know Jeremy because Jeremy quiet.
Right.
And that situation, like I said, my mom, she had Jeremy, and because of the child support situation, because people don't want to tell the truth, it was, I need both of my kids in this household. But you really could have just left us with our mom and called it a day.
Right. And that's where y'all wanted to be, it seems like.
To be honest, yeah. I mean, but we was kids, so we really didn't know. And like I told you, we didn't have a childhood, but we didn't know. That's where we grew up. Like, my mom kept us shelter. Where she was, we was. I don't know. It was different. I just keep saying it was different.
It was different.
Cause I don't wanna, me and my mom, we on a cool note. I
never
had
knew your
told her
mom.
about the podcast. She was like, "Don't do it." I'm like, "Girl, please." Like, people need to hear it, because a lot of people just think like I just be spazzing out and I'm always angry and this and that. No, like, no,
Yeah. That's
no,
not it.
no.
And that's okay to get your story out.
Y'all know 5th grade through senior year, Brittany.
Yes.
I know, graduated
And
and
on. Because you disappeared off the face of the earth.
girl left.
You disappeared off the face of the earth, Brittany.
Baby, Cinderella left that slipper and didn't come back forward.
I said, okay, we graduated. What happened to Brittany?
Gone. My auntie, I brought this up on a live and it came back up. You did. First of all, my dad's sister, his half sister, but it's his sister. I don't say half and whole. I don't do that.
Yeah.
It's his sister. She sent me a plane ticket for graduation to come to Mississippi. She was like, "You can come down here. You can stay as long as you want. If you like it, you can stay here." I'm like, okay. I was 17. Yeah, I will not forget. My dad was like, he was like, "All you gotta do is give me a diploma," because you know most of my friends, you had a kid when we graduated. Who I had? It was a lot of. I ain't gonna say you, because your son probably younger than mine. You gonna go to school, and we kid. I mean, we did what we did, but dang, like, everybody ain't the same. Like, we was out here doing stuff, I ain't gonna lie, but I wasn't no fool. Like, I wasn't looking for no, let me go have some kids, and I was having fun, but I was not doing all that. What? And that's crazy, because I can honestly say that about our class. Like, people look down on our class, but ain't nobody with our class.
No, not at all.
Because they not fooling with us on a bad day. Let's just be real. Like, we entrepreneurs, we got actual careers, we really doing it. This ain't no fake stuff. But he was, "You better walk across this stage and give me a diploma, and you doing this and you doing that." Okay. So in my head, I had, all I gotta do is walk across this stage and bring him a diploma. Bet. What I did, walked across this stage and gave him that diploma.
Exactly.
He can't. I remember, like, it was getting close to the time for me to leave, and he was at work. I had my stuff packed up already. I had my room cleaned up. I'm talking about bags packed in the closet on the side. He don't know what's going on. He came home on break. "You better still be here when I get back." I'm like, okay. I called my cousin mama. I said, "Look, he just pulled off. I got such and such amount of time to go get what I need to go get so I can get on this bus." I ain't know nothing about traveling. That was my first encounter with traveling by myself. I told my cousin mama, I said, "I got $25 because you know he ain't let me have no graduation party. He ain't let me do nothing." I told her, I said, "I got this amount of minutes to get to the bus station." That's when the buses was over there by the Holiday Inn. You remember that?
Yep.
So I called them. I'm like, "How much do it cost to get a bus ticket? Because I'm trying to get to Midway Airport
in Chicago." Yep.
And I'm like, they said $23. I'm like, bet God let me have $25. I got $2 for my last $2, baby. When I tell you, she came and got me, and I'm sitting there looking at the clock like, we need to hurry up and get there. She got me there, and I left, and I ain't turned back till I got ready.
That's all that, we hear about that in like domestic violence, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend situation, like hiding bags, waiting till that person leaves for you to leave. I don't think I've ever heard that with a parent-child situation.
I was 17 years old, never been out on my own, nothing. So that should let y'all know how smart I've been for a long time.
You said, I'm getting away from here. Oh, she got me a ticket. Okay, I'm coming.
Baby, he told me you can't go. And that's when I knew I
You
was
can't go.
That's when I knew I was bigger than the program.
You don't want me to go, but then you said all I had to do was walk across the stage and get you a diploma, and I did that.
I've been getting treated like I don't matter. I was over it. Like, I was over it. I just don't understand. I don't know what other words to say. Like, we grew up in the church. I've always like reached back and asked people back home, like, how can y'all sit up and listen? The church is like a hospital, right?
Supposed to be.
So when you go to the hospital, you're going for a healing. When you go to church, you're looking for a healing. How can I take you serious standing in front of the church, preaching to the mass, and your house ain't in order? How do that work?
That's a whole nother episode, because that's why I ain't in church no more. But that's a whole
You know what?
episode.
But I'm not even going to sit here and say that, like, a lot of people don't go to church due to how they was treated.
Yep.
I could have did that. But I can say this. I found God for myself.
Yep.
I find my church I go to, I love my church. I go to my church. But if I miss my church services, I find somebody else, like, where I could just go and let a word feed my spirit. So I never let my situation change the person that I was. Like, I can't say they led me to God, but I had to find the real meaning of what a relationship with God was. Because if I listened or paid attention to everything that I seen around me, I'd be a messed up person.
Girl, I just won't go to church around here. I know too much about people, and I'm like you. You not finna stand in that pulpit and tell me nothing that I was doing last night, and you was doing the same thing I was doing 2 nights ago. We're not doing that. So I said, if I ever moved where I don't know nobody, I will go back to church. But until then...
And see, the thing is, like I was saying, people, they'll judge you like they never seen. Or if you doing something wrong, instead of coming to console you, they talk about you.
Yep.
They don't come help you, like, understand, like, this is wrong. This ain't how you supposed to do that. They don't believe in what I said, accountability, boundaries. They don't believe in none of that. None of that. So that's another thing, like what you said. How did I know I was going through a narcissistic situation? Like I said, I just realized what it was. I could come home right now. I feel like if I don't call you or I'm not looking for you, you shouldn't be around here looking for me. Because my boundary is toxic is toxic. I don't like toxic stuff around me. And that's what people don't know. I don't deal with toxic people. I don't deal with anything disturbing my peace. So if y'all see me acting up, look at me in this camera. If y'all see me acting up, somebody has to disturb my peace. Because like my cousin just said, I don't even come home. I don't bother nobody. I be out of people's way because I've dealt with so much toxic stuff. It's like, I guess I go into a hiding phase where it's like, okay, if they can't see me, they can't blame me for nothing. And that's where the narcissist, that's where the stuff comes from. Like, I had to, okay, if I don't do nothing and I just stay out the way, nobody will say nothing to me. I had to put that shell up, and I shouldn't have had to do that.
Nope. Not at all.
Not in a situation where, like, I can look at, we're going to use Keely Evans as an example. I love my Auntie D and I love Uncle Kenny. Like, their whole family dynamic, get family matters.
Listen, don't it? That's family goals.
Yeah, them family goals. Like, they supportive.
Mhm.
They do that to us. Like,
Yeah.
that's how they are. It's no fakeness to it. It's like, this is what love feel like.
Mhm.
Everybody that I have been around in Beloit, like, a lot don't know what I went through. Um, a lot on took into me, even if they not blood related, they took on to me as family because they knew what was going on. And I
Mhm.
understood why, like, some people didn't just come in and help, but they was my safe spaces when I needed them.
Mhm. Right.
Like Uncle V Real. And
I have
I'm
a safe
name
space.
dropping, y'all. I'm name dropping. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Even my Aunt Sabrina and my uncle,
Mhm.
um, Renita them daddy before he
Oh,
passed
Uncle
away.
Vernon. Mhm.
And that Uncle Vernon it's crazy, y'all, because I literally, and I know if my Aunt Sabrina them see this, she know I'm not lying. My Uncle Vernon was the very first person from Beloit that just almost broke me down. Cause the crazy part is, y'all know I'm married. I told my husband when we first started dating, I was like, when you meet my people, this is how this gonna go, this is how that's gonna
Mhm.
go. I was like, but check this out. And this is like, a lot of people don't know how spiritually gifted I am. So I told my husband, I'm like, you gonna start seeing people that's gonna share my story, and I'm not gonna be there said nothing. But they gonna confirm everything that I have
Mhm.
told you. And we literally went and seen Uncle Vernon on his deathbed. Like, he was, he had ALS. And
ALS, yep.
we went to his house to go see him because I'm like, I gotta go see my uncle. I ain't seen, we ain't seen, they used to be the party house.
They sure
We ain't
did.
seen him since I was a kid. So, Sean from Detroit, that's where they had moved to. I found out
Yep.
where they live and I went over there. And like, he literally broke everything down in front of Sean. So Sean knows. He know one thing. He know what I'm seeing on this thing is not no lie, because he got
Right.
confirmation before that man left this earth. And he told
Mhm.
me, like, I could stop breathing right now. I gotta get this out of my system to tell you this. So when he did that, that was like my relief.
Mhm.
My husband know I ain't lying, because that man was doing some talking.
Listen, cause I went and seen we went and seen Uncle Vernon before he passed, cause that was my stepdad's brother.
Mm-hmm.
So we went and seen him before, he passed and stuff too. But even though he had ALS and his body wasn't the same, his mind was still the same.
Girl, I'm talking about, we talked for hours. I ain't even want to leave. I'm like, look, I can't see you like this.
Listen, but he confirmed everything that you went through. And
Yep.
I know that felt good to
When I
you
tell
to
you that was
know.
like a relief to me,
Mm-hmm.
that let me know, like, even though, like, I feel like I wasn't hurt as a kid, like, he told me how proud he was of me.
Mm-hmm.
He let me know he knew what was going on. It was just like, that whole conversation was a conversation that I ain't had by nobody really but him, because everybody else still be like, oh, Brittany's like
Yep.
this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do that mean? What do that mean, y'all? Put it in the comments.
You're like, what does that mean? Brittany just being Brittany. I'm tired of hearing it. Like, what?
Cause Lord, it's yeah, I
I
don't know.
bet.
I
I
don't know.
bet.
I don't know.
So let's see another question. How did it impact your confidence and your sense of identity growing up with narcissistic parents?
I don't lie, like you say, I left Beloit, never came
Hmm.
back. I came here. I ain't gonna lie, I started having some rocky moments with my auntie because I felt like everybody just wanted to tell me what to do and not let me really just live.
Hmm.
So I ended up having my son. Like, yeah, I done been through a lot of stuff, but my mindset had to shift. I knew I didn't really have nobody, so that's why I grind so hard, because once I left, I was on my own.
Right.
I was on my own. So I really just had to really get it out the mud. Like, I literally had to get it out the mud. I went through a lot, but I got it out the mud. I knew
Okay.
I didn't want to be that person.
Right.
That I was just telling somebody, everything that I've been through, I ain't even gonna lie. I look at myself and I be like, I'm so proud of you, girl, because you could have killed yourself. You could have killed somebody.
Mhm.
You could have did everything under the sun that wasn't of God. But I gotta pat myself on the back, because Look at me.
Look at you now.
Look at me.
No, for real. So what did healing begin to look like for you? Because I know it was after you left. Wasn't while you was here.
You know, like, I probably just started this healing journey when I came back. When I came back here in 20, I'm gonna say, I ain't even gonna put no date on it. I ain't gonna lie. Because, you know, when you go through toxic situations, you tend to live out what you went through.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't understand it. I say this. I think my healing journey with everything happened. A lot of people don't know this. I had a son that got took by CPS. They took one child, not 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how can you explain one child being took out the household and not all of them?
Right.
Crazy. So I feel like my healing journey began then because I actually realized what spiritual warfare was with everything I was going through. I seen demons. I know people don't like talking about that, but look, you talking to me like I could. We probably should have changed that subject.
This is a lot of subjects in one, and
Yes.
listen. It happens when
see,
you
that's
start
the thing.
talking.
A lot of people knew none of this. A lot of people knew none of
it
it.
just
Because
start
them
coming out.
situations, they affected my relationships. They affected some of my goals. Like, I didn't know a lot. Like I said, I was 17, left home, never returned, and figure out life out on my own.
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing. I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago, and they like, how your dad, how you and your dad situation is, and I'm like, I don't talk to him. Don't bring him up to me, like, cause I'm going on this journey now. People be feeling some type of way, but like I said, I never knew what a narcissist was until back when all that stuff happened with my son. It just started popping up on my timeline. I started watching videos. I started seeing stuff, and I'm like, I'm going no contact.
Listen.
And I've been no contact since November 18th, 2025. And it's the most peaceful feeling ever. It's so peaceful, y'all. I don't have to answer my phone. I don't gotta listen to it. Baby, I tell people, don't come telling me nothing. This probably the first time I done talked about the situation, because, you know, you said, let's go ahead and unmute. But I don't talk about people who don't have no type of impact on my life. You don't have an impact on my life. You stopped impacting me when I left your house. You don't acknowledge me or my kids, so why should I acknowledge you?
Right.
Y'all love using the Bible, but y'all really don't live the Bible out. They love this, their favorite scripture: honor thy mother and thy father. You right, correct. I love my parents, but I don't have to deal with your toxicness. I don't have to deal with you not having no boundaries. I don't have to deal with you having amnesia about stuff that ain't happened in the past. I don't have to deal with your foolery. I don't have to deal with the lies you tell them and they listen. I don't have to listen to them because I know the truth from the lie. And you know, I got it on record.
Oh, do.
So, like, just hearing that recording, it was like, you deflect everything on me. Like, I feel like I'm the adult in the situation, and why should I have to feel like this?
It's always like you're the problem and they cannot take accountability for what they've done to you.
But then people that don't know me, people up there, I should say, they just go off of, this is who we know, this is whose side we taking. Take their side, stay over there. But don't come over here being fake. Because you step over here in this lane, Brittany's going to call you out.
Exactly. She definitely going to call you out.
And that's crazy. I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to be fake, but I don't have to sit here and be like, oh, I'm real. I don't do that. Like, I just say what's on my mind. Yep. I tell you how I feel, and we either gonna fix it or we can just go our separate ways.
So how was that decision that you made to send your son to your dad knowing everything you went through?
The crazy part is, me and my dad had a talk. You know, my brother tried to kill my mom. You don't remember that, or do you remember that? That was actually 2 years ago. Like April the 2nd. So my brother tried to take my mom out. But when I came back home to check on my mom, I went to church. They brought us up to the church, brought the whole family up there, prayed over us, made it seem like we was gonna be better with each other. So we came together at the church to come together. And that whole week I really wasn't even talking to my dad like that. But then we end up being in my grandma's house, and I had told him, I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I can't. This the thing I told him. I literally told him to his face, I can't be mad at you for you not knowing how to be a parent, because parents don't have a handbook.
Nope.
So you can't sit here and say, I'm angry at you because I told you this out my mouth. Parenting does not have a handbook. So I can't be mad at you for something that you did not know how to do. I can't be mad about that. So I try to do better with communicating and calling and this and that, having a better relationship. You seen I had started coming back up there more between 2 years and this last time. And it was like me, my dad, we having a better relationship, and then here go Corella DeVille in the background, steady talking noise. So now it's like, I look at it, the problem ain't me and my dad. The problem is Corella DeVille.
That's what it seemed like. That's exactly what it seemed like.
I'm being nice about the situation, because, baby, I could get real reckless. But it's not the situation with my dad and me, because me and my dad don't have a bad situation when it's us.
Right.
It's when you bring other people in the situation that can't acknowledge the fact of, and we had this conversation, which it stems from a conversation that I had with my Uncle Vernon. I'm not going to marry somebody knowing that they have kids and I can't accept them. That's crazy. So that's where all this narcissist stuff comes from. Like, you married my dad and you didn't acknowledge that he had kids. You only acknowledge the kid that he has with you, but we have to be okay with it. So then it's like, now you got all the people in the background ain't talking about that. But the crazy part is, everybody knows. So that's crazy that y'all sit back and want to know and watch this podcast about narcissistic parents, but y'all already knew what was going on.
They knew exactly what was going on.
Make it make sense.
Again, I don't feel like that generation likes to hold themselves or other people accountable unless something is being said about them.
Yeah, and then when you get to speaking out on it, it's they lying. I'm not lying about nothing, because did y'all know when I was put on child support for my own kid?
Brittany, it just keep on coming, don't it?
Yeah. Y'all remember my kids used to stay with my dad at one point. He came and got them. He was like, I want you to get yourself together and I'll help you with your kids. And this go back to what you said about how did I feel when I put my son in. I literally did not want to send my son up there. But because we was working on having a better relationship, I said, well, my son is older. He don't require a lot of maintenance, attention. So it was stuff going on down here. I'm like, can you please get your grandson before I go to jail? It was, yeah, you can bring him. Now, you could have said right then, he can't stay over here because my wife isn't going to allow this. It's not good in her book. Like, it's not a good situation. I could have kept my son down here and just dealt with it. Probably went to jail. Probably went and did a little bit of time, but I was going to get out because it was going to be just fine. But it was a fight inside of me that I had to be like, okay, I don't want him to go, but I got to be the bigger person. I got to try to give my dad a chance because we trying to have a better relationship. I let him come and our hell break loose.
Water and toothpaste.
It wasn't even just that. Girl. Like, I didn't even know a lot of stuff was going on. And I like to say a reliable source because I don't want to just put everything out there. Yeah. A reliable source was calling me, letting me know stuff that I didn't even know. And it was like, to be honest, y'all, it was taking everything in me not to make a trip because I'm going to turn up. And
especially about your kids. That's a whole nother turn
That's a whole nother ball game. Like, you did this to me, but to put them in this situation, like, bro, come on. Like, when are you going to take up for us? That's what it is. When are you going to actually stand up and be that protector we need? And I'm not even saying, like, you got to sit here and go fight your wife. And I said this. I'm not saying you got to go fight your wife, but be a man in your household.
That should have been nipped in the bud a long time.
A long time. So I didn't want to. I'm not gonna lie, but here we are.
So he's not with your dad no more.
No, and that's crazy because like right before the interview, we just came back in the house because I'm explaining to him like he don't even want to come back down here because I done gave him so much freedom. But it's like he I hate to explain to him, you really don't have support up there. Because everybody want to be in your face. And they want to be worried about what your mom doing for you, what she not doing for you. They want something to talk about me about. And you not understanding. Your mom, she bust her butt. But I'm not going to bust my butt for somebody who think they grown and think they know everything.
That part.
You can have the world. I'm going to give you whatever you want. You just got to you ain't even got to prove yourself to me because I had you. You're my child.
Yep.
I had to just tell him. I love the family that he's with because they open doors when I got half of the city of Blood is my family. My son was 17 when he got up there. Nobody said, your son can come over here. And I'm not saying that none of y'all had to do anything, but it was just the point of I have blood up there where nobody said because y'all want to listen to Brittany's confrontation or she's this, she's that. None of my people open their door for my child. He's staying with somebody he just met. And I wasn't even keen on that because I don't even play them type of games. But I knew he wanted to stay in a better position because the schooling system down here is messed up. So that's why I left him up there because I knew even though he was Mr. Forest Hill and he had all these accomplishments down here, he had better opportunities up there.
Gotcha.
So that's why he's still there. Otherwise, he would be down here with us.
And this is senior year? Okay. Oh, he's almost done.
Yes, I have 2 done. Look, 2 done.
Yes. So, last question, I'm going to ask you something else, but what does freedom look like for you today?
Freedom to me, I'm a business owner, I'm a boss. I guess I'm a great mother. My son is back. He outside. And the crazy part is my son came out and told me, I'm blunt. People can't take how serious I am. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't know me because they got a chance to just reach out to me and let me talk to Brittany. Let me see what her head is. Y'all still stuck on the Brittany that you heard about instead of coming to meet the Brittany that's, I can teach you how to flip some money. I can teach you how to start a business. I can do parenting classes. What's up? Freedom is what I'm doing. Like, I'm me. I don't have to worry about nobody hovering over me, making me like, you gotta do this. I don't have to worry about none of that. Y'all say, please don't say nobody bigger than the program, but I've been bigger than the program. Don't never tell me that. Now, I have a lot that I'm still learning, but I'm bigger than the program, so that's free in my book.
So is there anything else you want to tell the people before we close this out?
Stop judging books without opening it up. Open the book up. Read that book. Learn that book. And you'll know everything you need to know. But this is wrong with folks. You don't read books. Y'all want to sit on the phone all day. While y'all in them phones, I'm still reading.
Listen, because while they in them phones, I'm opening up a whole... Did I tell you I'm opening a storefront?
Look.
New person owns a boutique. I'm so proud of you
because you know, I had my storefront, but I closed because I'm trying to move. I need to pray to God and see where He want to lead me to because I wasn't going to try to come back home. I got to wait.
Come on back home.
Because I believe in boundaries.
You can still have boundaries at home, baby. Trust me.
Look at you. You just want me to come up so we can do big thing.
Come on back. Look, come on back.
Look, we already talked about the crafting cousins.
Which we need to get going. For real. But the new person is opening a bigger boutique, and I have a space in the back of the boutique. And grand opening is next Saturday. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, you come shopping when I come up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you. We coming.
Yeah. So I hope you do come back home because I'm gonna be here for a little minute. I ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna think about it. Where you
Yeah.
at now? You
I'm
still
still
in
in
love?
McChesney.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm still in McChesney, but
I don't know. It
majority of
might
my
be some nice
time,
houses up there. We had to talk
yeah,
outside of here.
yeah, we will. Majority of my time is in Beloit now, but yes.
You were helping
Yeah.
with the thing Adriana got.
The center,
Yeah.
I'm on her board, so yes.
Okay.
Yep, and she's actually right down the hall from where I'm going to be at.
Oh well.
So come on and come on. Look,
Look, I know when I come home, I got somewhere to come.
you do.
Have to get my little hands
Yep,
dirty.
exactly. You do.
I ain't gonna lie. My son don't want to come back there. I'm not gonna lie. So I just need to
Oh,
decide
okay.
what I want to do. I really got all my kids
Mm-hmm.
back around. People be loving seeing negative stuff, but my son was running from me because he was dealing with a female. His nose was open. He had to learn. He had that
Mm-hmm.
puppy love going on, but he
Mm-hmm.
back. Like I got him staying the
Okay.
whole night. Look, he finna stay the whole weekend with us, so we
Okay.
gonna lie.
My son will be home May 13th to the 18th. He
Look, it
moved to
be different when these kids get grown.
He moved to New York with his girlfriend. So, yeah, my baby don't
You
live
ain't
in
told me
Illinois no
that.
more.
Oh yeah, we
Girl,
gotta
look, because
catch
we ain't talked. It's a whole bunch I got to catch you up on because you don't even know about the new person, the old person. You don't know nothing. We got to catch
Yeah,
up.
cause I was left with the hubby.
To catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go on and close this out because we got to
It's
catch
not
up.
even about narcissistic. It was more like my life.
It's your life. It was
Y'all,
the life of
y'all,
Brittany.
this is part 1. We gonna catch up on part 2
Yeah,
because
we
y'all
gonna
gotta
do
get to the Brittany the boss,
Yeah, that part.
Brittany the
How did you
entrepreneur,
become this
and all
entrepreneur
these
that you are?
businesses, y'all.
Yes.
I'm gonna let her tag my social medias, but let's not
Yep.
forget, freedom is me being a travel agent. Freedom is me being a crafter. Freedom is me being a security owner. Freedom is me being a lemon burn partner.
Okay. Okay.
Look, I got a lot going on. You know, I just started my son business too. So baby
Yep.
Sean them has sweet
Mhm.
mouth treats. So
You got the permanent jewelry because I seen that.
yes.
Look, I
Yes.
seen that, and the
Yes.
crafting still. You ain't done crafting either.
No, because I got
You
Big
got all of
Bertha
that.
right here next to me, Lord.
Happy for you with that.
Thank you.
Invest
you.
in yourself at the end of the day.
Yes, we have to.
Yeah.
So I didn't, and that's the thing. Don't think. Let me say this.
Mhm.
Don't think this podcast was just a bashing session because it's not.
wasn't.
Like I went through what I went through, but look at where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, like I said, part 1. We'll be part 2. We coming back.
We coming back. Y'all heard
Next
that.
time
We
I'ma do a
coming
lot more
back.
free. Look, next time I'ma just let her have free mind questions, and it won't just be a certain topic because we can talk about
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
a whole lot
Maybe
we
I
could
might
talk
ask her
about.
some questions on her podcast for y'all.
Ooh, they might like that. I ain't had nobody do that. You might have to. I think
Yeah.
it's time for me to unmute some stuff
Yeah,
myself.
we gonna have you unmute.
Listen. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. So how I end every podcast is with an unmute prompt. So tonight's unmute prompt is, what part of myself or yourself had to stay silent to survive? And what would it look like to finally give that voice space now? So what part of yourself had to stay silent to survive? And what would it look like to finally give that voice space now? So I give an unmute prompt so people can really think about it. Go write it out, go journal it, because y'all know I'm all about journaling. You deserve to be heard, even by yourself. So if this episode touched you, if you saw yourself in this conversation, just know you're not alone. This is a reminder, you don't have to stay silent anymore.
Not at all, because if you got something to say it.
Say it.
Do not hold back, because that's what people want. They want you to hold back so that they lies or whatever they got to say overpowers your power. Don't let them take that from you.
Exactly. Well, Brittany, I thank you for coming on here,
I
and
thank
we
you
are
for
definitely
letting
going
me
to do this
come.
again. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Yes. So, everybody, unmute, speak, live. Peace.